This video is over the practice questions for topic 28, graphing basics. So again, read the information about axes and ordered pairs and so on, and intercepts. But we're going to look at identifying ordered pairs and plotting ordered pairs. So looking at these, point A here is, I can either look at how far it is horizontally from the y-axis, or I can look at what number it lines up with on the x-axis. The horizontal position, that's what always comes first in the ordered pair, is 1. Start with parentheses, horizontal position, comma, and then the vertical, it's lining up with the 6 on the y-axis, or also that's the distance vertically from the origin. So 6, 1, 6. B horizontally is, well, where is it at on the x-axis? -5. And then vertically, it hasn't moved up or down from the origin position, so it's 0. And C is from the origin 3 horizontally to the right, so +3. And then down 2 is -2. So all the kind of looked at different ways you might look at that and think about that process as you're identifying the ordered pair. Then for part B, plot and label the points. So D, 0, 2, is not moving at all horizontally relative to the origin, but then it is moving 2 units up vertically to +2. So that is point D. E, -3, -4. So we're going from the origin horizontally, -3. So we're lining up with -3 on the x-axis, and then vertically -4. So we're lining up with -4 on the y-axis, and where those intersect is here. So that's point E. And then F, -2, 1 from the origin to the -2, 2 to the left, and +1 up 1. So you will need to be able to plot points on a grid or look at points on a grid and identify, give their ordered pair. Number 2, we're looking at a particular linear scenario and how that corresponds to a graph. So suppose you get offered $6 to stand on a street corner and hand out flyers to a restaurant, plus an extra $2 for every customer that brings your flyer into the restaurant and orders a meal. So the amount of money you'll earn if X of your flyers get used, the total amount is Y. So let's start with Y equals, and I'm going to start with that $6. You get $6 no matter what, plus an extra $2 for every customer that brings your flyer. So an extra $2 per customer, that gets multiplied by X, or per flyer used multiplied by X flyers used. So make sure you understand when you see this 2X, whatever number with the X, this is not saying that there are 2 X's. Whatever X represents, it's not saying there are 2 of those. It's saying there are 2 of the Y units for every one of, and so the 2 of the Y units are getting multiplied by however many X there are. So X here is not a unit, it is representing a number of something. So the 6 and the 2 are both dollar amounts. So you could also write Y equals 2X plus 6, either way. All right, so the ordered pair 414 is a solution of this equation. We can confirm that by substituting into the equation, but to do that, you need to know which number is X. It's always the first number in the ordered pair, the 4. Which number is Y? That would be the 14. So then we can substitute 14. So the Y is 14, and the X is 4. So I'm looking for, is this true? Is the equal is it true that 14 is equal to 6 plus 2 times 4? And if I simplify, 6 plus 2 times 4 is 6 plus 8, which is 14, then I can confirm, yeah, 14 is equal to 14. Now, what does this mean in context? The 4 is X. X is the number of flyers used. And 14 is Y, and Y is the amount of money you'll earn. So putting those together, the ordered pair is saying these two go together. So if or when 4 flyers get used, you will earn $14 total. So something like that. So the word pair is saying that those two pieces of information go together with each other. Okay, the ordered pair 2, 6 is not a solution of this equation. One way you can tell if this is X, this is Y, this is the flyers used, this is the amount earned. If you remember, the initial thing is you're getting the $6 no matter what. So if 2 flyers have got used, you should be making more than $6. But we can do this algebraically as well. It would be 6 plus 2 times 2. If X is 2, you get the $6, and then you get another $2 twice. And that's 10, not 6. So those don't match, so it's not a solution. All right, our equation, y equals 2x plus 6, or y equals 6 plus 2x. The y-intercept value from that is the 6. The ordered pair for that is 0, 6. That's no flyers used. You still make $6. Now, we don't want to just like pick random x and y together and see if they work. We're going to pick an x. We're going to say, if this many flyers are used, how much is earned? Or you could say, if this much was earned, how many flyers were used? So we're going to look at, we already have 0 and 6, 4 and 14. And we put in 2, and that came out 10. 6 plus 2 times 2 is 10. So that's another pair, 2, 10. For 1, 6 plus 2 times 1 is 8. So we have 1, 8. And then 6 plus 2 times 3, 6 plus 6 is 12. So 3, 12. The slope value from the equation is the 2. That's the number next to the x. And if we look at the table of values, remember what slope means. It's a change in y per 1 unit of x. This is counting by ones. So each column is 1 unit of x from the previous. And if we look at the y values as the x, so I'll say this way, as x is counting by ones, y is counting by 2. All right, on the graph, we have our points 0, 6, 1, 8, 2, 10, 3, 12, 4, 14. Now, this grid that was provided is already counting by 2 on the y, so we're not going 2 grid lines, we're going the 2 units. So walked through that. Often the y-axis is not counting by 1. It's not a same scale as the x-axis. Now, in the context, it only makes sense to have these individual points, and then we would keep following that pattern. And it wouldn't make sense to go in the other direction and have negative numbers, or to have anything in between those points, because you can't have a half flyer get used. You can't have negative number of flyers get used. But now we're going to sort of move away from the context and just look at algebraically the graph of y equals 2x plus 6. So the individual points are cost if x flyers are used. But if we go ahead and draw the line that these are creating, the line is y equals 2x plus 6, all the possibilities for that. So this is a straight line. As is the case for the graph of any linear equation.